All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar. We're going to be going over the news and nuggets of the last week for the Minnesota Vikings, just kind of wrapping it all into a real nice ball for you. Before we get on that, remember, subscribe to the channel, like the videos here every damn day, talking Minnesota Vikings. Any news that I missed, put it down in the comments. Would love to hear it. We'll be hot and heavy all damn week. Mock drafts, free agency talk. Combine is coming up, so be sure to stick around and hit that sub button. This time of year, we know a lot of it's just kind of reports, speculation, who are they going to sign, mock drafts, but there was some actual news. The Vikings did bring in two coaches this last week. Sean Surratt, offensive line assistant, is now in the building. He's bounced around. He's been on the Broncos. He's been with the Steelers. He's been with a handful of teams. Vikings say, you know what? We need a little offensive line help. We're going to get Sean Surratt. So welcome aboard, Sean Surratt. Also, Henry Schneider is the assistant head coach. I'm not going to even blow smoke up your ass. I don't know much about this dude at all. He was with the Raiders for like 8 years. It sounds like he's going to be getting Kevin O'Connell's coffee. I don't know. I could be wrong, but Henry Schneider is our assistant head coach. Some player moves. Theo Jackson is back. They re-signed Theo Jackson, and 25 years old in spot duty last year, he actually looked pretty good. And I don't know if he looked good because I was comparing him to Lewis Seen or he actually looked good. But the fact is, we're going to need as much safety depth as possible. Harrison Smith, yes, he is still on the current roster, but nobody expects that to be for very much longer. And if the season were to start tomorrow, our starting safeties would probably be Cam Bynum and Theo Jackson, with Josh Metellus doing his own thing where he's all over the field. So Theo Jackson adds some good depth. And like I said, I fully expect us to address the safety position to add more players, but Theo Jackson would probably be a starter right now. So Theo, welcome back. Glad to have you. Let's go to Tom Pelissero. Let's go to some Kirk Cousins talk. Every day there's more teams throwing their hat into the Kirk Cousins pool. And Tom Pelissero, who obviously knows his stuff, was talking up the fact that the Broncos could be a dark horse that actually go after Mr. Kirk Cousins. We're up to like the Broncos, the Falcons, the Steelers, the Dolphins are now a team. And I'm missing some. And obviously the Minnesota Vikings are in there as well. But the longer this goes, the more it gets drawn out, the more teams prove that they want a quarterback. I mean, we're seeing the 49ers get tossed in there. Basically, everybody wants Kirk Cousins that doesn't have a solid quarterback. The other thing with Kirk Cousins is it seems like every day his asking price seems to go down. And I shouldn't say his asking price. I should say his projected value, or what his contract will be. Started at $45 million. This week, we're seeing it like around $32 million. What that number will end up being, who knows, but it is definitely fluctuating quite a bit. Speaking of dollars, the salary cap did go up for the entire NFL this year. So the Vikings are sitting at about $37 million right now. While it gets me excited, you also have to realize that every other team got a lot more space yesterday as well. So it's not like the Vikings just got a bunch of free money. Everybody did. And with the salary cap going up, that also means players' asking prices are going up as well. So I don't see that as a huge deal, but the $37 million before we make any big moves, yeah, that makes me a little warm and fuzzy. Dolphins released a few, or will be releasing a few big defensive players. And why does that matter? Brian Flores was obviously there with these guys, and we know we want to add pieces on the defense. So he could be looking at some familiar names that will be available. Xavier Howard, 30-year-old corner, will be released by the Dolphins. Dude, one of the best in the league over the last 8 years or so. He's not the same Xavier Howard he's been, but if the Vikings are still in win it now mode, he could be a guy they bring in for a year or two at probably a decent price. I mean, his PFF scores, not overly fantastic, but you could not complain one damn bit about Howard coming to this team. I see it as a long shot, but Brian Flores, Howard, those guys loved each other in Miami, so you never know. Agba, the linebacker as well, a guy who can play multiple spots along the defense, also will be available, 30 years old as well, but you never know because those are two positions that the Vikings definitely need help on. Wrapping this thing up, Danielle Hunter, asking price appears to be $25 million plus. We did a video on this earlier this week, and the $25 million plus, I think it's the Vikings out of it, but that will be his asking price. It sounds like it's pretty clear that he is going to go where the money is, as he should. I think he's worth every penny of that $25 million plus. I just think the Vikings will not be in the running for that much. And obviously the other news, I mean, Justin Jefferson will continue to see people just out there, hey, trade him for this, trade him for that. Is he happy? Does he want this quarterback? Does he want that quarterback? So it's the year, it's the time of year. Speculation, rumors, Who knows what's going to happen? But those are your Vikings news and nuggets for the week. Hit that sub button. Like I said, we'll be back all damn week. Hot and heavy free agency talk, mock draft. Can't wait. Hit that sub.